Hydroxychloroquine has a fascinating story. When you mention Z-Pak, you're talking about Zev Zelenko. And Zev was the one that wrote the letter to the president saying, hey, here's this data and this information about this drug that is off patent. We have a huge portfolio of experience in using it, millions and millions of doses. It's safe in pregnancy. What's not to like here? And the story of that is a fascinating microcosm because it goes back to Ralph Baric. Ralph Baric had published that back years ago when, he's kind of the guru of coronaviruses, and a good case can be made that he had his fingers all over the engineering of this particular virus. So he had published that this drug was effective against coronaviruses. And Zev Zelenko, who's passed away now, got engaged in trying to find some way to help his patients in New York with recovering from COVID and treating COVID. And he went back, did a deep dive into Baric's work, pulled out this drug, hydroxychloroquine, that had been recommended, wrote to the president about it. He got clinical experience with it. And, caveat, Mickey Willis is doing a bio on Zev now, and I'm involved in that, so conflict of interest. But he was the one that pulled it out, sent the letter to the president with his clinical experience. The president tasked Peter Navarro with sourcing the drug for and Peter, economist, went to town. I remember the company I was working with, Alchem at the time, getting a call from Peter. Can you come up with some way to make more of this drug here domestically? We want to source it so we have enough doses for everybody. And then I think it was Lancet published this paper that had totally made up data that trashed the drug, said that it's toxic, doesn't work, blah, 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 blah. It was all fake. Okay? They pulled the paper when it became revealed that it was based on non-existent data, that it was more propaganda published in one of the top medical journals in the United States. But by that time, it was completely crushed. So they didn't have to go after Z-Stack. They'd already killed Z-Stack.